So here's the thing. I am a single mom of 3 kids. I have sickle cell anemia. I'm a resident fluid artist, and I'm also an OR travel nurse. I decided that I was going to take an 8-week travel contract with a new company that I have never worked with. During the process, once I got the offer, let me not say that. During the process, the lack of verbal communication was a little alarming to me. But after going through 3 interviews, all of the managers liking me, getting offers, accepting an offer, signing it, and still realizing that my recruiter was kind of, not available to talk for real, that was even more alarming to me. But once the credentialing officer reached out, verbally, that is, like via phone, I'm like, okay, this makes me feel a little bit better. She gives me a list of things to do via email. I start completing those things. When I get to the drug screen, I do it. I already know I'm gonna pop because I have sickle cell anemia. So therefore, I have pain medication that I take when I'm in excruciating pain. Well, 7 days after me taking the drug screen, typically the MRO, medical review officer, calls you from LabCorp. I haven't gotten that call. So I reach out to my agency and I can't get anyone to call me back. Mind you, I've been telling them over and over again, please call, don't send emails and text messages because my Wi-Fi is suckish because I have been traveling. Anyways, that's when I was informed that one, my credentialing officer can't talk because she doesn't have a voice because of her dog dying. 2, the other lady couldn't talk because her speaker was going bad. So I reached out to someone else and was like, hey, I cannot text and email. My Wi-Fi is kind of blotchy. Can I please talk to someone? She tells me she's gonna reach out to the people that I've been trying to reach out to. Needless to say, one of those people called me and now they're all of a sudden able to talk. Whatever, maybe whatever was fixed. But I tell her my concern is the MRO hasn't called me. I know my drug screen normally comes back dirty. If you could please, give me the number so I can send my prescriptions over. Well, next thing I know, she says you have to read your email because your credentialing officer is stating that she needs a picture of all your medications. That was a little alarming to me because typically we don't send our medications to the credentialing officers. Credentialing officers are there to check off if you have did your drug screen, if you've gotten your physical, if you have done your BLS, your PALS, your ACLS, if your license is up to date. All of these little things, your exams that you need to do for the agency and the exams for the hospital. Have you gotten your badge? Have you gotten your first aid information? All of these things. That is all that the credentialing officer is supposed to do. So then the credentialing officer reaches out to me via email and says, hey, you have to send, she said, can you send your prescription bottles, pictures of them front and back to me, please? Thank you, with a smiley face. So I alert her, hey, I'm not really comfortable doing that. Can you call me? I also call her twice. She ignores me and replies back and says you have to send them. So again, I'm not comfortable with that. And mind you, the last time I did that, when I had a hip replacement, someone told me that my agency was not allowed to ask me what medications I was on or what I'm taking them for. So now this is really alarming that they're even asking any of these things and that they're requesting to see my medication bottles. I reached out to a friend and she told me, hey, you don't want to be problematic. You haven't done anything wrong. This is normal. And I'm like, well, this part isn't normal. It's normal for my drug screen to come back this way, and it's normal for me to get clear, but it's not normal for them to reach out and ask me these questions. What's normal is for the MRO to contact me and reach out for my prescription number and the pharmacy and my doctor. And sometimes they want pictures, but sometimes they can just clear it with the pharmacy. But this part is not normal. But because my friend is a little bit, I want to say, I don't know, I value her opinion, so I go along with it. I send my stuff through email. Next thing you know, now the first person, I don't want to state names, but the first person that was talking to me through email that I sent my information to, she did not call me or contact me. Instead, a whole new person calls me and contacts me. So now this is alarming because I didn't send my information to you. I was already uncomfortable about it. I stated it multiple times to the lady with the broken speaker, and I stated it via email. email to the lady who was asking for it, and now you also have my records. And so she's like, hey, what are you taking this for? Hey, how are you? What are you taking this for? So now I'm uncomfortable and I feel like judgment is being placed. Maybe I'm projecting, maybe I'm overthinking, but this is not okay. This is not okay. Me as a sickle cell patient, you asking what I'm taking this for, because you can't clear me. So why do you need to know that? Then she informs me that she also showed my records to the nurse there. We have a clinical nurse on site, and I just kind of asked her, what would you be taking these for? And if you can even be taking it. I mean, did you just like take this and go do your drug screen? So now I really hear the judgment, and not only do I hear the judgment, you've alerted me that you have showed my records to more than one person. Like, I don't know you. Yes, you've introduced yourself, but the point is I didn't send it to you. So now I'm knowing that 3 people have looked at my medical records. Then I tell her, hey, I'm really uncomfortable. This seems a little strange. Yes, I have sickle cell anemia. That's what I take it for. I take it for when I'm in pain. I'm supposed to take it anytime I'm in pain, and I can take it in 4-hour increments if that's the case or whatever. Yes, I did take it around my drug screen time, but that is perfectly okay. And this has never been a problem before any of the times I have taken a drug screen. Never has this ever happened. And I said, and I don't know if you're familiar with my resume and my history, but I've been a traveling nurse since 2013. So it's a little strange the way we're handling it, because typically I talk to the MRO. No, she tells me, no, you never talk to the MRO. LabCorp doesn't even do that. I said, that's funny, because they've always done that. And I've always talked to my recruiter about stuff. I'm kept in the loop, this, that, and other. Well, typically it's your credentialing officer that you would be talking to. No, the credentialing officer is just handling the credentialing. But typically I reach out to my recruiter like she's my friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always reach out to my recruiter as a point of contact, and they direct me to wherever I need to go. But I don't offer my medical history up front. I just don't do that, because you don't need it. You can't clear me. She tells me once again that the credentialing officer has to clear it, which is what the credentialing officer told me as well. Well, then she tells me she's going to need a letter for me to write when I'm taking it, why I'm taking it, how often, what's the prescription dose, this, that, and other, and we're going to have to do a little review. So this is even more alarming, because it's like, now I have to explain something. And mind you, if you or any person on your team has to clear me, why are you asking all these additional questions anyways? Because the MRO never had to ask these questions, because it's the MRO, your skill. This is your job. This is what you do. But anyways, so needless to say, I'm telling her I'm uncomfortable. I'm telling her how I was told that the agency can't even ask these questions, and, you know, just all of that. I didn't sign off on multiple people seeing my records. She tells me she needs to call me back. Then she calls me back and says this. So you don't have to do the letter, but I guess we'll just see. If the MRO clears you, then I guess you're good to go. I said, well, I guess I will be good to go, because the MRO has never not cleared me. But the problem about this sentence is, I thought the MRO doesn't clear you. I thought the credentialing officer had to clear you. Do you see what I'm saying? So now it just makes me feel like you lied. You got my information, you shared it to multiple people, and we're circling back around to what I said initially, what I called for initially, which was what? Can I get the MRO information so I can call and see what's up, or help the process along, because of the medication that I know they see in my drug screen? And the whole reason why I'm making this video is I just feel like I'm sick and tired of being a person that's always being judged by the medication I have to take, by this disease I didn't even ask for. Like, having sickle cell anemia is having sickle cell anemia is having sickle cell anemia is the most frustrating and painful thing in the world. And I have 3 kids. I've lost a child. I've had C-sections. I've had a total hip replacement. I've had acute chest syndrome. I've had a lot of pain in my life. But you don't understand. It is so hard when you have to be in pain and still advocate for yourself or explain to someone why your dosage is this and what you're doing taking it, and still dealing with the judgment. And even in the hospital, like, there's been times where nurses are trying to, well, why are you taking this medicine? It's not healthy. Even when I was pregnant, well, you know you're not going to be able to take this medicine around the clock. And I don't know if she was a new nurse or what, but it's just like, no one's taking it around the clock, but it is prescribed to me. The only reason why I'm in this hospital is because of the fact that my medication at home isn't working. So I'm coming in here for you guys to get it under control. It's like, we don't want to be drug seekers. We don't want to be on a medication that, you know, can be, I guess, a lot for people that can be drug addicted and this, that, and the other. No, I don't have an addiction. No. But we do build up a tolerance to it. And even when we build up a tolerance to it, then we got to explain why the dosage is a little bit higher than what that nurse might or doctor might be used to seeing. It's all I'm saying is, when you judge a sickle cell patient, you're adding to their pain. And yes, the pain is physical. Yeah, it's physical. But what I'm saying is, our sickle cell is tied to stress. And when you put mental and emotional stress on us by the judgment and the lack of education and stuff, that stresses us out. Like, at some point, we have got to do better about educating people on this disease, because the judgment has to stop. Like, all I wanted to do was to take an assignment for a short assignment, an 8-week assignment for me and my kids. That's all I wanted to do. And now I just literally feel judged. I feel lied to. And honestly, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I want to just be like, hey, you know what? Let's not even worry about it all. Let's just cancel it. Like, it's not even a big deal. I'll continue to sell my art. And whatever happens, happens. Because this is insane. I think it's insane. And the amount of times I said I'm uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. Never was there an apology, or I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, or, you know, whatever. Like, no apology, no nothing. No taking accountability for the fact that you lied and didn't even really need to know what I was on and question me and all that, because none of the 3 people can clear me. Like, what I need you to understand from this story is, I still haven't talked to the MRO, who typically clears me. So all of the extra judgment and questions you put me through, why? And this happened Friday, and it bothered me a lot. And I just want to say, like, just stop the judgment. Stop the judgment. Like, just stop it. Anyways, yeah, that's my story, my one of many. And I really just wanted to get it out because it's been bothering me. It's been bothering me. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, and if you want to see cool art by me and my kid, follow us. Thank you, and happy holidays.